Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Animeniacs. So, continuing on with Nichijou, my ordinary life.
Ordinary.
Yeah, ordinary in massive quotation marks.
Yeah.
So, 16, 17, 18, these are the episodes we're going through.
Yeah.
And 16 has to be my favorite episode for two reasons.
I know why.
Go ahead.
Beatdown?
Oh yeah, that beatdown is amazing. So
my face when that was happening.
Yeah, I love watching people's reactions to that scene. So the scene, if you haven't seen this, and I do recommend just going to watch this, episode 16, it's like the opening scene.
Yeah.
Mio and Yuko are out and about.
Mm-hmm.
A police officer approaches them because someone's using counterfeit money for the vending machines.
Mm-hmm.
And the suspect has the same bag as Mio.
Yep.
And Yuko's like, well, it can't be Mio because she wouldn't do something like that. Mio, on the other hand, has those incriminating drawings that she never wants anyone to see in her bag. So she
doesn't want people to see that.
Yeah. So she's not going to let the police officer search her bag. And will do anything not to have that happen, from
offering a bribe.
Well, first she gives herself up.
Mm-hmm.
Then she just offers a bribe.
Yeah.
And then the police officer is like, well, that's very suspicious. Let me see what's in your bag. She's straight up, now we're going to assault a police officer.
She straight up hit him.
Yep. Straight up, right in the solar plexus.
Knocked the hell out of him.
Yep. Then, because of that, her bag flips open and all her pages come loose, so she grabs all of them. Misses one. Yuko has it. Immediately grabs, judo flips Yuko.
Yep.
With lag takedowns, what those are called.
Yeah, like a spinning kick.
Yeah. No, it's
spinning whatever.
Spinning leg grab.
Yeah.
Knocks her the fuck out. Then the old guy comes, picks up one of the pages, she grabs him, knocks him out, and then a goat starts eating. The goat from the Goat Boy starts eating a page, and she flips him.
Yeah, so she
anyone around her just got the smackdown.
Yeah, she body slammed a goat.
Yep.
I was watching with my mouth open the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then Afro guy, she walks away, and Afro guy's like, what the hell happened here?
Yeah. Like, holy crap!
I like that scene, and I've seen so many animated music videos where that's a clip.
Oh god.
From let the bodies hit the floor to... There's several.
The bodies certainly hit the floor.
Dead bodies everywhere, that's another one.
Oh god. I mean, they do look dead.
Yeah.
Then Goat Boy walks along and is like, why did you run off?
Yeah, don't run off again. Why are you walking so weird? You're like a newborn. The goat's like, I don't know what happened.
The goat's like, I gotta stop it. Shut up.
I can taste my spleen.
That don't taste right.
No. And then the other reason why I like this is we finally get where Yuko meets Nano's lab.
Yep.
She finally goes to where Nano lives. And, of course, Nano has a panic attack.
Multiple.
First one is she opens the door, immediately sees Yuko, immediately slams the door. And then has that mental breakdown.
Yeah.
It's like, why is she here? What does she want? Well, maybe she's just dropping off papers.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have to come in. Meanwhile, Hakase, sorry.
Yeah, Hakase opens the door,
brings Yuko in, and gives her a tour of the house.
Yep.
And then Sakamoto walks by, is like, I'm hungry. Immediately gets snatched by Nano. And it's like,
meow.
Yeah. Just meow for me, please.
And then Sakamoto's like, meow.
You owe me later.
Meow.
You can't tell Yuko you have a talking cat.
Because she'll blab it to the world.
Yep.
And then she'll have to disappear.
So, the reason I like this episode is, yes, because now we're going to see the four of them starting to interact.
Yep.
It
I
took,
really like that.
yeah, it took them long enough, but like the build up to it, and now it's more of a common occurrence. I really enjoy.
Oh yeah.
And that's basically that whole episode.
Pretty much. With a few things mixed in.
There's a few other smaller skits, but those are
Yeah.
the two major ones that I liked in it.
Yeah, did
Go on.
did we see the scientist in this one? Or
No.
Was that okay.
That's the next one. The first episode, we didn't get much of the scientist or anyone else.
Okay.
The next episode, the scientist shows up.
Oh.
And here's the next Grand Master scheme. I'm gonna dig holes in the back of the school with adhesive so that, like, you fall in and get stuck.
Yep.
And what I like about this skit is, of course, the Mohawk boy is the one who gets stuck.
Oh yeah.
And she instinctively just buzzes his head.
With a buzzer, and I'm like, you're a sick freak.
Yeah, that's kind of heartless.
You freak.
She even addresses it as like, I didn't really like his hair, but I feel bad after doing that. I was like, no, you did. Oh, now you do?
Yeah.
How would you feel if you got, like, fell in a hole, stuck, and then someone just came and buzzed your head?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy.
No. Then she feels bad, goes to dig him out.
Oh, yeah, so first we gotta build up that scene.
Yeah.
So, our male teacher that has a crush on the student counselor teacher
Yeah.
finds out that the boy who joins the Go Soccer Club, who actually plays Go Soccer, which I guess is now a thing, is the brother of of the student counselor.
Yep.
So he wants to talk to him to see if he can, like, fish for information about her. And of course, the soccer player is not an idiot and already knows, like, you have a crush on my sister.
Yeah. And it's like, if you become our
advisor,
I'll put in a good word.
I'll see what I can do. And he's like, what are you talking about? I don't have a crush on your sister. What do you mean? He's like, well, I can just blab to everyone that you have a crush on my sister. That'd be interesting. Make things really awkward for you.
He goes, he's just screaming, found out about Mr. What's his name?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the ribbon girl is what I like to call her, but she came earlier at another skit for the same reason.
Yep.
Whenever someone's in trouble, she gets this teacher to come help.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, but he fell in a hole. It's like, I'm sure he's okay. He's just trying to be a golf ball. Is that why someone buzzed his head? What? Draw his head and hair back in. I'll try.
It's like, no, wait, no. Help me with this.
Yeah, first help me with this, and then we'll do that.
The guy's like, thanks, Mr. Advisor.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was obvious he was trapped.
Yeah. Let's go! It's like, he's that way. I gotta change direction.
And then, of course, the build-up on this skit is that those two will end up in holes.
Yeah, and the scientist goes to get...
The one dude finds that she's caught 3 of them.
She's like,
no
way!
That'll be a common occurrence, I believe, is that she just runs away from the consequences of her actions. Like the true coward she is.
Get back here, you coward!
And the cherry on top of this scene that I love is that Nano comes and falls into the hole, but because of the key on her back, it doesn't catch her. She gets out easily and it's like, who would dig a hole here? That's really rude. So I was like, not only did this cause so much trouble, it would have never worked. So,
God. Yeah. Oh, I hate her.
Yeah, the teacher's not great, but I love the antics.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love how it snowballs into, like, you really messed this up.
It's like...
How are you not fired?
It's like, look what you did! And, like... Did we also get the coffee shop place here?
Yes. I think that's actually in the first episode, to be honest, that we watched.
Okay.
So, if anyone's ever gone to a Starbucks, they kind of know this pain.
Yeah.
Is Yuko goes to the new coffee shop because they updated it and now looks like a cafe, and they changed their menu around. And how they changed it is they kind of changed the naming scheme, so it's no longer a small, it's a short. It's no longer a large, it's a tall.
I'm gonna get a tea espresso.
Yeah.
That's tall.
Yeah. That's what tea means?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna get a short espresso.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So it is embarrassing when you can't order properly and you're like at a loss.
Oh yeah.
And I've had this happen to me, so I understand the pain. Because I get coffee from a local place. I don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, Starbucks naming, I was like, just call it a freaking large, not a venti or whatever.
Yeah, or a grande.
Yeah, the grande venti, whatever the small is. And don't, like, do you want, like, a double shot or a double or a solo?
Oh, and you.
It's like, just say 1 or 2 shots. That's all you need to do. And I feel bad for the girl behind the counter because she's that girl that's basically the student council teacher.
Yep.
Very shy and not very in control.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, the order comes with either a solo or a duplo.
Oh my god.
It's like, what's a duplo? Is that even a word?
Are you just making words up now?
It is. I like this gag because they play on it later.
Yeah.
But for this episode, you felt bad for both parties, and then Yuko finally gets the coffee. It's like a thimble of coffee.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so small, it's so bitter.
Just breaks down.
Yeah, it's like nothing she wanted.
Yeah.
Moving on. Alright, I guess we'll finish off with, like, this comes into a skit later. So Yuko wants someone else to experience her pain.
Yeah.
So she brings Mio to the coffee shop.
It's like, you go first.
Yeah, like...
As soon as we see that, it's like, you jerk.
Yeah. As soon as she brings someone with her, I was like, okay, you want to see someone suffer just like you did, and then you want to look like the mastermind, I know it all, when you can properly order.
Yeah, jerk.
But to much of Yuko's surprise, Mio orders like a very complex drink easily.
Yep. And then she takes off.
Yeah, it was like, well, that was embarrassing. I'm leaving now.
And what is she running to again?
I forget, because there's another skit where she runs into a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. True.
So, I forgot what...
I forget too.
Yeah. Because I know there's the one where she's on the bus and she makes a fool of herself and tries to leave, and then she leaves, she runs into the statue of an officer.
And then she walks down the street to ask an officer directions.
It's another statue.
Yeah. And then, makes a complete fool of herself every step of the way.
Yep.
And then they're trick-or-treating!
Yeah. Well, except for Halloween was a week ago.
Yeah! It's like, trick-or-treat! Halloween's over. Go away.
Yeah. As you would expect if something, like, you don't just trick-or-treat randomly.
Yeah.
And the other skit that I wanted to bring up was the crow one.
Right.
So, somehow, Hakase catches a crow.
Weirdest looking crow I've ever seen.
That's kind of an art style choice, but it stands out, so I will forgive it.
Yeah.
But anyways, decides, I'm going to take Sakamoto's scarf and give it to the crows, and the crow can talk.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, the crow's the most polite thing in the world.
Yeah. And Sakamoto can't say crap because he can't talk anymore.
Yeah. Which I like that you forgot this fact.
Yeah, I'll admit it's been a while since I've seen the first episode.
Yeah. It has been, we don't record these constantly, but every week. So, yeah. I do like, though, that you thought that we just had a talking cat, because a lot of people forget that. Scarf's why he talks.
Yeah. But given this show, it wouldn't surprise me.
No,
if he could
exactly.
Just talk.
With the bizarreness of the show, you would believe that, that we just have a talking cat.
Yeah.
Not for any reason.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, when I watched this the first time, I totally forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's understandable. I'm just glad that someone else had the same reaction.
Forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, oh yeah, right, he needs that scarf.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that Nano is actually the voice of reason in this skit. So Nano's like, Hakase, did you take Sakamoto's scarf and give it to the crow? Maybe.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
No.
And they all started laughing.
Yeah.
Then the crow left.
Then the crow leaves and takes Sakamoto's scarf with it.
It's like, he has my freaking scarf!
And if you ever wonder why cats hate birds,
there you go. I like to think Hakase felt bad and just made him a new one afterwards.
Yeah. Or they somehow got it back. They kind of cut the skit there.
Yeah.
With a lot of these skits, everything gets reset as soon as the skit ends.
Yeah.
So, your thoughts on these 3 episodes?
Do you want my? I have to talk about something.
Okay.
The gun.
Okay, so there's a Hakata Helvetia Standards skit about this woman going to an old library she visited as a kid, talking about this book from her childhood that brought her joy. And it's kind of wholesome. The library's a little creepy, mind you. And she gets to the book, and she opens this up, and there's a gun inside. And that's the skit. You're like, oh, this is very wholesome, and it's like, oh, there's a gun inside. And then there's so many questions that we don't have answers to.
So, you read this, this was your favorite book as a child.
Yeah.
What did you do as a child?
Yeah, did someone actually take your favorite book and put a gun in it? Like, that's unfortunate. Or did this always, was this always here?
And did you do something bad?
Yeah.
I also have to bring up the one that, what's her name? Dumb one again.
Yuko?
Yeah, Yuko's Little Dream.
Oh yeah, so we get another skit where we have the airship people, we call them. They're basically trying to put on a performance to entertain the princess, and if you don't, well, you get plummeted to Earth.
Yeah.
And everyone's so hyped and we're gonna nail this. And the first guy immediately gets dumped.
Yeah.
They're oh, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, then everybody starts getting murdered.
Yeah. And this is all just a build-up because there's one guy who had a cheerleading routine all prepped and ready to go, but now has cold feet because, well, what the hell? Yeah, because what the hell the cheerleading routine's gonna do? So he gets frustrated and throws the pom-poms at the window. And the pom-poms happen to look like someone else's hairstyle.
And once you asked me that, I'm like...
Well, once I clued in, I was like, oh, those look like... Okay, I see where this is all building up to.
And then I'm like, pigtails.
Yep.
And then you see them...
land on Mio's head, her pigtails, and it's like, oh, Yuko's having a daydream. Lovely.
Yuko. I hate you.
The last one I want to talk about is the, well, obviously it's called the 69 episode, or skit, but it's completely silent. It's the one where they're building the house of cards. And it's all 4 of them. It's Yuko, Mio, Mia, and Nano.
And Mai.
Or Mai, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I said Mia. It's Mai.
That's fine.
And Mia's reading a book. Yuko, Mio, and Nano are building a house of cards and are about to put the last 2 cards on it.
And Nano falls asleep.
Nano falls asleep. Well, first they ask Nano, like, nothing is said in this whole skit, by the way. But they give the card, like, offer the cards over to Nano. It's like, you want to finish it? No, because I'm going to mess it up. There's so much conveyed in the animation. That's why I really like this skit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it shows that a lot can be said through animation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a chance, watch that skit too.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of lovely animation.
Oh, yeah.
And you get the feeling for everything through it.
Yeah. So much fun.
So we'll have to wrap up the episode, but it looks like we're enjoying this.
I'm really enjoying this anime. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
This will be my 3rd time watching through it.
Wow.
So that's how much I like it. But this is
Fair.
my first time with the English subtitle, or with the English dub.
Not bad so far.
No, like, the voices aren't as off-putting as most dubs usually are.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Light, wholesome, and just off-the-walls bizarre in some areas. That's how you gotta have your anime.
No.
Cody humbly disagrees.
I do. No, actually, I say you're saying no. Especially not the gun level of crazy.
Alright, with that though, we'll call the episode here, so thank you all very much for listening in.
Peace out.